Deputy Mayor, County Mayor, ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, good evening and welcome to the Glucksman Gallery in University College Cork. It is genuinely wonderful to see you all. To be in a room with actual real live humans, as opposed to you all sitting in your homes in various states of well-dressed and pajamas, watching events unfold on screen. Thank you so much for attending. For those of you who are watching on the video, this event is taking place in compliance with the COVID regulations that are in place at this exact moment in time. The audience here are all beautifully masked in a variety of different masks that are genuinely amazing to look at from this angle. You're very welcome on behalf of Ignite to this awards ceremony as we celebrate intake number 14. It has been a distinct pleasure of mine to take part in a number of virtual events over the last 2 years or so, some of which kind of caused me great anxiety. The first one happened just after the first lockdown, and the problem is I didn't have great broadband at home, so I had to move down to my mother-in-law's house. But because of the rules that were in place at the time, I couldn't go inside my mother-in-law's house, so I had to sit outside the kitchen window and do this presentation. The neighbours thought I was mad. It was great though, and it was great to celebrate then, and it's great to celebrate now. The difference tonight though is that we have got real people on this stage pitching, which is the way that it has always been with Ignite. And they're a little bit anxious, they're a little bit nervous, they're getting there slowly but surely. All I can see the heads there, looking relatively calm for now, until they get up here. But that pitching will take place a little bit later on. And the great thing is, I don't know the outcome of this. I don't know who the winners are tonight. It'll be a surprise to me later on when we find out just how you guys get on. We have to reference, amongst others, our judging panel. Brendan O'Sullivan from Bank of Ireland, who is with us here, Tanya Mulcahy, Interim Director of the Health Innovation Hub Ireland, and Aidan O'Driscoll from Iris Investments, who have had the unenviable task of picking who's going to get their hands on these lovely little glass trophies, crystal trophies, sorry, Emma, just over to the side of the stage here, and they'll be handed out a little bit later. So we are going to thank our partners who have been steadfast in their support of Ignite over the last while. They are, of course, Bank of Ireland, UCC, UCC Innovation, Cork City Council and Cork County Council, Leo Cork City, South Cork and Cork North and West. And they've been absolutely brilliant in their support. So let's give them a big round of applause for everything they've done for Ignite. I'm getting emotional because I'm hearing people clapping. It's nice to have. This is also a very important year, folks, because this is the 10th anniversary of Ignite. It is a brilliant program that has supported so many, and we'll hear a lot of those figures over the course of the evening. But to give you a snapshot of how important the Ignite program has become, not just to this university, but to the companies that have grown out from it, there's been 120 startups. There's been 250 jobs created, 150 founders nurtured, and 16 million euro raised in funding, which when you think about it is pretty incredible in that short period of time. And I've referenced it before, and I'm sorry if you're bored of me saying it if you've sat on these webinars before. When I was here in university, there was a kind of a culture of fair play to you. You've got your degree, now off you go, out into the world, get a job. Whereas now, universities have become this wonderful place of nurture, of culture, of support. And this university has led that way through programs such as Ignite that have resulted in great successes that we are celebrating here, and we'll see a little bit more about that later on when we get into it. So just to remind you of the prizes that are up for grabs tonight, the 3 awards that are over there are the Ignite Bank of Ireland overall Best Business Award, we've got the Best Business Plan Award, and we have the Best Pitch Award. Now, the Best Pitch Award is the one that is being performed on this stage this evening. So the guys are nervous, they have a clock on them, they'll be a little bit anxious getting in front of real people again, so fingers crossed that will go as well as they hope it will. And there's 3 brilliant companies that we're going to hear about a little bit later on. So that is the formality. Again, I would ask you, stay in your seat for the entire process. Keep the masks on, because that's what means that this is a COVID-compliant event, and thank you for absolutely adhering to that so far. When you are coming onto stage, if you're being invited up as a speaker, you can, a little bit like me, take the mask off, but again, when you step off, you put the mask back on. The last event I was at in University College Cork, I was sitting next to the man who at that stage was not in the role that he is now, but who is now the president of University College Cork. A lot has happened, John O'Halloran, since we last shared the stage together. But ladies and gentlemen, will you please welcome to the stage the president of UCC, Professor John O'Halloran.
Thanks, Jonathan. Good evening, everybody. A huge welcome. Deputy Mayor Lorna Bogue, very welcome. I think it might be your first time here in this setting and in this role, so huge welcome. Gillian Coughlin, I was reminded, if I don't say Colin, we'd say in my part of the world, but we know. So Gillian, fantastic, we were together here again recently, so a huge welcome. To all my friends as well. It's like a day in school, the first day back after the holidays. When I came in, there was a kind of energy buzzing around the place. I saw Kieran Callan there a minute ago. Dick Lehan, who's what I consider the grandfather of this programme. Groinje, thank you for coming up from Ludgate this evening. It's just fantastic. And there are many other colleagues and friends, but I want to particularly welcome Dr. Sally Cudmore as the Interim Director of Innovation here at UCC, and my colleague John Cryan, Professor John Cryan, who is our Vice President of Research and Innovation. I know Professor Helen Welton is down there, and I'm going to give Helen a shout out in a minute. But you're right, Jonathan, it's been very strange. The last time I stood here was when we celebrated the 10th anniversary of our Green Campus here at UCC, ranked first Green Flag campus in the world, ranked number 8 in the world in sustainability. And it wasn't me standing here that was emotional for me. It was 8 and 10-year-olds telling the story about how they were transforming their school for sustainability. And last night, you may have seen reported, and it's reported currently on RT News, we had a COP26, mock COP26, if you like, with our students. And it was amazing. And those of you who are in politics understand this probably more than any of us, how you have to negotiate. And they were actually negotiating on behalf of countries what was happening. So I consider that innovation in every sense of that word. And for me, being here in UCC with all of you this evening is a really very special moment, because we generally in the university punctuate our year with, typically we would start with Open Day, followed by the first year induction, followed by conferrings, and then followed by Christmas parties and all that kind of thing. And in the middle of all of this event happens. And of course, we've lost the rhythm of everything, actually. Subata, nice to see you, Professor Subata Ghosh here, who's our new Professor of Medicine at UCC, a tremendous SFI award recently. And Subata, thank you for coming to join us for our health reasons, but also for your innovation. And we're really excited. And forgive me if I spot people, because I haven't seen people in the flesh for a while, so forgive me, but Subata, it's fantastic to see you here. It's a really positive event for all of us, because, you know, it's only through innovation that we really change the world. And I started out in my presentation as being president for UCC about securing our future. And I believe we have to secure our future in very many different ways, securing the future of the institution from a financial and other points of view to make sure that we can carry on for the next 175 years. But for me as an ecologist, it's also about securing the planet, about how we reduce our carbon emissions, how we reduce our waste, how we do the things that for me are really incredibly important. And we have inculcated that across the organisation. And we've tried to be innovative in how we do that. And the greatest innovation comes from our students. It's a very simple mission: student-led, research-informed, and practice-focused. So our students will lead. Why? Because students are smart. Students will ask difficult questions, and they will challenge us as a management team. And I use student in the broadest sense of the word. I'm a student myself. We continue to learn. But that's what's really important to me here at UCC. My own encounter with innovation, I suppose, Eamon suggested I might give an example, and I was thinking about where that might be. And I suppose for me was working with a company now that's called Tree Metrics, will probably be known to many people. And the Keen at the time, he was really interested in the work that we were doing in forest biodiversity. And he said to me, if we can use a laser scanner to scan the trees and estimate the biomass, which he was doing for wood production, he said, wouldn't it be really kind of cool if we could get a biodiversity score for it at the same time? So we did. We used a whole range of algorithms to derive a biodiversity score based on the complexity of the structure that was presented from the laser scans. And then I left him with a challenge, and hasn't recovered yet. And I know, Lorna, this will be close to your heart, is what's the carbon sinking capacity of a tree if you scan it? Can you imagine if we could estimate the carbon sinking capacity in a very rapid way? Through a very simple method, because it's not that easy to do, and we've published some recent work to show the impact of some of that release. I suppose my next encounter then was with Dr. Fiona Edwards-Murphy. I don't know if Fiona's here this evening, but in my own school we published a paper together looking at the impact of how we can monitor using Internet of Things, or IoT, monitoring beehives. And what she was interested in, I was an ecologist, and she was interested to see how we could use IoT to look at both the weight gain in the biomass of the honey, but also the relative humidity. And what was really interesting from the early part of that work is that bees, better than Met Éireann maybe, could predict the weather about 40 minutes to an hour before the rain came, because they have the capacity themselves as innovative animals to detect moisture in the air. This is one of the many positive environmental, social, economic impacts that have been achieved through Ignite startups over the years. And you all know the history, and we'll hear a great deal about it this evening. But other Ignite startups are reducing trauma in hospitals, improving personal well-being, enhancing our work lives, and facilitating online commerce, to note just some examples of the significant impact. I have the privilege every year of judging the BT Young Scientists. I've done it for 20 years. It's one of the highlights of my year. And I chair the judging panel in biology. And it's an amazing project. And we saw the previous time, the innovation that won was about gender, and how we can try and understand gender. And the influences of gender, particularly in primary school education, and how we can innovate in ways that we had never thought of before to give that sense of gender awareness. So what I want to try and do here at UCC is to inculcate innovation together with John and Sally and the team in everything we do, because that's really how we have to change the world in which we live in. I think the projects you'll hear this evening are extending how long Parkinson's patient suffers and can maintain strength of speech, allowing them to communicate with loved ones for longer, or encouraging people to speak about mental health and well-being support, about good mental health and improving, and how our personal data is controlled, how we control the data. All really significant problems today for society. And I'll always remember this, when I see dementia mentioned here, there was an amazing project at the BT Young Scientists where a young man had designed a little laser that you put at the end of your shoe. And as the person, some of you will know, our medical colleagues will know much more than I, but often people with dementia will come to a point where they won't be able to cross inexplicable barriers, and they just need to make the next step, and they're afraid to do it. And what this young person had done is when the person lifted their foot, it shone a light ahead, which stimulated someone's brain to make the next step. So just amazing, in some ways simple examples of innovation that are making a huge impact on people's lives. The impact these startups have on the values exhibited by their founders align with every initiative that we've tried to do at this institution. Our Green Campus strategy, which I've mentioned, our Graduate Attributes programme. I see Bank of Ireland have stolen one of our brands. We say begin, belong, and become. And Bank of Ireland, we're delighted you're here with us because we're sharing with us and you've shared with us, and it's fantastic to see it collaborating in a similar kind of importance of beginning something, becoming something, and belonging with something. And we are delighted we share that with you this evening, and thank you for your support. Michelle Power is here from the Quercus Talented Student Programme. It's a really important programme, again supported by Bank of Ireland and Ford Motor Company. But what's really disappointing for me, and this is the challenge for all of us in this room, and Michelle will validate these numbers later, is the number of candidates that are applying at undergraduate and Leaving Cert level for innovation scholarships, which are worth up to €10,000, is the lowest of all the domains we have, and is less than 10, I'd say, of that order, Michelle. I'm looking down at Michelle. Doesn't mean we haven't had fantastic ones, and there's one of us here behind Sally. But that's the challenge for us. We all talk about innovation, but actually we need to make sure that that's shared across our community. And here in the city, Helen Welton, together with the team and the management, and John and I, are leading out in what we call Innovation City. And Helen has put a lot of energy behind this, of starting to talk about the innovation ecosystem that we have in our city. If you think about it, we've got Tyndall, the largest research institute in the state. We've got the university, we've got MTU, we've got the hospital, we've got the dental hospital. You have a whole ecosystem that we really need to start speaking more about and actually supporting it even more. So Helen, thank you for your very strong leadership in that. So as we mark 10 years of Ignite, I'd like to thank our long-term partners, Bank of Ireland, as always, fantastic champions for this university at so many levels, and we're sincerely grateful to that. Cork City Council, represented here by our Deputy Mayor, Lord Mayor. Cork's County Council, also represented here. Thank you so much. The local enterprise offices. I saw Sean O'Sullivan somewhere there earlier, Sean, and all the enterprise offices. The city managers and all the partners along the way, including Musgrave Group and Kerry Ingredients. And I want to give a particular shout out for Eamon Curtin. Eamon, thank you. You've been a fantastic steward of this together. Dick Lehan comes in here most days of the week, giving incredibly generously every time. Dick, I can't see where you are, but just Mila Buick Dick and all the team, and Kieran Callan and Ron O'Doul for starting this. I'm really excited about this evening. Thank you so much. Jonathan, I'll hand back to you. Cogardicus, everybody, and Fáilte go get Closh the Hull School of Corky. Thank you.
Oakron, John Mila Mahaga, thank you very much indeed, John. I hope it isn't 20 months before we share a stage again next, because then it's definitely our fault. We can be held responsible for the whole thing. It's great to see, actually, I was just looking on the screen, the names of all the companies over the last 10 years. And again, from working in journalism and business journalism over time, just seeing those names that I've read about and I've seen great innovation. There they are now, all these companies that have come through, that have been powered by Ignite, which we're celebrating here tonight. And again, we just have to reference the three people who are getting increasingly anxious right now. Hello, lads. We've got Owen and Daniel, we've got Claire, and we've got Michael and Daniel as well, who are all getting ready to go to make their pitches in just a few minutes' time. So we let the tension build a little bit more. Not even a glass of wine to settle your nerves, lads. It's COVID rules mean we can't even give you that. But don't let it put you off, and you'll get into your stride and have your 90 seconds of glory in just a little while. Up next, though, I would like to invite the Vice President of Research and Innovation, somebody who already has blazed a trail, not just for the university, but for some of the companies that have been spun out here. Would you please welcome Professor John Crine?
Thank you, Jonathan. And walk on air against your better judgment is the words of Seamus Heaney from his Nobel Prize lecture. And it's also the inscription on his gravestone. And it really is the theme that I just want to reflect on in terms of Ignite. It's about people who are brave enough to try and walk on air, perhaps against some of the judgment that we have. And so, echoing what John just said, I'd like to welcome everyone here. As Vice President for Research and Innovation, I really feel that UCC has so much to offer as in the ecosystem of innovation. And so Ignite plays a really important role within the entire ecosystem of innovation and entrepreneurship that we have. We have funding coming in every year of over 100 million into the university, and one of the goals I have and our team is to try and translate that funding into innovative solutions for today's global problems that John alluded to. And so I really am thrilled to be here. I just took up this role in March of this year, and so it's been one of the delights is to see all the activity that goes on with our graduates in particular, because we need to start as early as possible in showing people the way. And Ignite is about starting the flame, and what we really need to do as we move forward is to keep the flame burning overall. As an incubation program, it has over 150 founders with 120 different programs over the years, and we need to celebrate these successes. And that's what tonight is all about. It's celebrating the success of this. The other part of it is we also need to somewhat normalize the failure aspects and that people are taking every day in innovation. Not every idea is going to work out. We just need to give it the best opportunity possible. And that's what Ignite is trying to do. And so within our ecosystem, we really want to actually build resilience, build tomorrow's leaders, and build a way forward so that we can develop these innovative solutions. It's really great to hear. I'm a neuroscientist, and so many of the projects we're going to hear about tonight are from the neuroscience space, whether it's in mental health or in Parkinson's disease. And I think, we were going to see where the real brains is behind a lot of the solutions for tomorrow overall. I would like to echo the sentiments and welcoming our representatives from both the City Council and the County Council. And also a really big shout out to Eamon Curtin and the entire team in Ignite for everything that they've been doing in fostering this entrepreneurial agenda here at UCC. I would also like to welcome Sally Cudmore, Dr. Sally Cudmore, our Interim Director of Innovation, who is really leading the way because she has set up her own company over her own career and is a real great role model for all young entrepreneurs to be able to see that you can do this within the university setting. And finally, I really would like to say that it's not possible without the guidance of the Ignite Advisory Board, stewarded by Dick Lahan and the entire team there, the support of Bank of Ireland and the support of all the local enterprises as well. And really, this is about the people who are willing to continually walk on air, and hopefully it will be with their better judgment into the future. So thank you very much, and you're very welcome.
John, thank you very much indeed. I'm always struck when I'm at an event here in UCC in particular that we are only ever watching what's coming behind us. And you know, we celebrate the work that you've done, John, and I spoke to people in the APC microbiome this evening again, another great initiative in this university that has made real difference in real people's lives. But what's coming behind is probably going to be better again. And it's about fostering that and encouraging that, which is what Ignite is all about. We are here to see Ignite Intake 14 perform on stage with their pitches, which is coming up very shortly. But in the meantime, what we're going to do is we're going to look at a showcase of 11 of the companies that are currently going through the Ignite program. So those that will eventually end up, God willing, on this stage doing their pitches, but who are right now in the heart of the program. So we've 11 videos to watch. We've broken them into 2 bits. So if I can ask you to draw your attention away from me and my face to the screens on either side, because we're about to see the first of the videos of the crew that is currently going through the program.
Hi, my name is Conor Keller. I'm the founder of Respective. The virtual reality content creation market is expected to reach $46 billion by 2026, of which more than half will represent 360 video, with a proportion of this being live content. Right now, current technologies are limiting how this type of content can be produced and commercialized. In order for us to unlock its full potential, we are developing a simple plugin app for VR content creators to seamlessly create and discover high-resolution live immersive videos.
Hello, my name is Stephen McCarthy and I'm the founder of Preparo. Job seekers' biggest problem today is not performing to the best of their ability at interviews. This can lead to extra months unemployment and reduced salaries costing them thousands of euros. Preparo is solving this by building an online interview training platform. Job seekers can practice over 300 prepared interviews in our mock interview simulator, receive detailed feedback reports from our analytics engine, and progress through our guided course, ensuring that they get their dream job in the shortest time possible.
Most of our daily decisions are based on numbers. It can be small decisions, such as calculating the price of a discount, or big ones, like understanding the interest rate of a loan. If you struggle with numbers, it may affect your confidence and self-esteem. Sunny Numbers is a social learning platform empowering you to enhance your numeracy skills. We are currently supporting you with statistics and data analysis, but there is more to come. Visit sunnynumbers.com to learn more how we can help you.
Hi, I'm Luke Murphy, a graduate of film in UCC. Content marketing can have a 3 times return compared to traditional marketing. But for SMEs, keeping social medias active can require a high time input. Video is great for batch producing content, but weekly videos could cost over $150,000 a year when outsourced. With the right internal team that knows your company well, you can produce even better videos in-house. Training Wheels solves the headache of setting up internal video departments by handling the process from start to finish.
Hi, my name is Nathan Kerwin. After sustaining a spinal cord injury, I quickly realized a problem all wheelchair users face every day. Clothing is not suitable for sitting. There is very little choice when it comes to stylish and functional clothing designed around a sitting position. Properly fitted clothes improves confidence and self-esteem. If you look good, you feel good. With over 10 million wheelchair users in the developed world, I have established an ethical, sustainable, inclusive range of clothing called Chariot that caters for all, whether you sit or stand.
So, there we have it, a veritable smorgasbord of talent currently going through. So, a round of applause to them all. And it's only fair to point out that some of them are in the room. So if we can have a show of hands for the people who are in the room who are on the video there. Very good. Lucas, yes, we have hand ups down the back. There we go. So you are around. So very good. The point about this as well that has to be made is that we have got a lot of talent that's coming in to Ignite from lots of different places. So it's not just UCC, because there's representation from UCC there, but we've also got representation from MTU, UCD, Trinity, from the Digital Marketing Institute, and the disciplines are film, chemistry, psychology, finance, supply chain, government and political science, marketing, business, a whole load of things. Because innovation doesn't come from one thing or the other. You might be doing one thing, and then you realize, hang on a second, I have an idea that will make a difference in the lives of other people, and perhaps somewhere along the way be a commercial success. So it is a real collection of the best and the brightest that is being brought here to UCC to take part in Ignite. So there are more, so let's have a look at the next few videos from those who are currently going through the system.
Between 2001 and 2015, Spain lost 1.6 million hectares of land due to wild and forest fires. In Greece, Turkey and Portugal, they lost a combined of 870,000 hectares of land. In Ireland, in 2011, 7.5 million euro worth of forested land was destroyed. Hi, my name is Louis Walsh, and I'm here to talk about my forest risk assessment system that I have in place for forestry companies in Ireland.
Hi, I'm Ciara Hennebree, founder of Korea Ireland. The pandemic highlighted the challenges faced by small Irish businesses selling their products online, and also for consumers wanting to buy Irish online. Korea Ireland bridges that gap. With over 1,000 products from 180 Irish businesses and over 1,000 sales to date, we are on track for big success in 2022.
Hello, my name is Paddy O'Toole. Internships have become an integral part of third-level college courses. For employers, they're seen as a vital experience that candidates must have when looking to hire them, with over 76% of companies trading in Ireland today having or intending to hire interns. The sourcing of these internships, however, can be extremely difficult and stressful time for students and work placement coordinators. For students, on average, they spend over 40 hours on preparing and presenting for interviews, while for work placement coordinators, they spend over 85% of their time on sourcing internships alone. I aim to solve this problem by developing an online web portal that will reduce the workload on student and work placement coordinator.
My name is John O'Keefe. I'm the founder of Altrify. We're all becoming increasingly aware of the social and environmental challenges we're facing, challenges like climate change and extreme poverty. And now, more than ever before, people and organisations are looking to step up and help to solve these problems. Currently, however, they are limited in the ways in which they can achieve this for a variety of reasons. At Altrify, we solve this problem through building a technology platform for purpose-driven products, which empowers people and organisations to support social and environmental causes in new, innovative ways and unlocking more opportunities to do good.
Most companies in the construction industry care about prices of building materials and the time spent of sourcing them and purchasing. We all know time is money. My name is Monika Wojtek from BuildZone. BuildZone is an online platform for building materials. We work with construction companies and mechanical electrical contractors to enable them access to a network of strong, reliable and experienced suppliers. Our platform offers real-time access to prices from multiple vendors, volume discount transparency, delivery reliability that can generate time and price savings up to 25%.
Hi, my name is Niall Brennan,
The shift to e-commerce comes with the issue of not being able to sample perfumes before you buy them. The value of the perfume market in Ireland last year was €113 million. This year it's expected to be even more. My business Simple Sense is a solution to expensive perfumes and the lack of ability to sample them online, so you don't have to keep buying the same one over and over again because you feel it's a safer bet. With Simple Sense, you can get a month's supply of your chosen designer fragrance delivered right to your door every month. This is a fun and exciting new way for you to test, discover and explore new fragrances on the World Wide Web. And if you fall in love with one, you can commit to purchasing the full bottle with the confidence knowing that it is your new signature scent.
Yeah, they say never judge a book by its cover. I didn't know what the last one was going to be. Didn't think it was going to be perfume, Niall. Well done. Brilliant. The one thing I'll say, folks, is the pandemic did one thing, which made it so much easier for everybody to do that kind of video. Because if you 2 years ago had said to someone who wasn't being comfortable in camera, you're going to have to do a presentation that had to be recorded, that had to be played out in a room full of 100 people and online afterwards to people at home, it would have made people nervous. But again, well done. Huge round of applause for that intake, please, folks. Who will be getting ready? Who will be getting ready to occupy this very stage in the next couple of months as they move through the programme. But now, that brings us to the important part of this evening, which is the pitch. Now, this was done in video for the last couple of events for obvious reasons, and the videos, to be fair to those who did them, were really, really good. But there is an added layer of stress if you have to do it IRL, as the cool kids say these days. It's in real life, John, just in case you didn't know. So what we have is we have got 3 pitches, 3 companies that are all brilliant at what they do. But there can only be one best pitch, which our judges are going to be taking very careful note of what happens here, because this is the award that is judged upon this evening. So will you please welcome our first live pitch of the evening. Will you welcome to the stage founders of Refracted, Owen Buckley and Daniel Keane Kelly. Gentlemen, if you want to make your way up to us here. The rules of engagement, folks. The rules of engagement, just so everybody knows. This pitch is in around 90 seconds or so. So the pressure is on. I'm going to get off the stage and allow the boys to begin their pitch. The clock begins when they begin. Gentlemen.
Thanks everyone for coming. Right. Over €1 billion so far has been given out in fines for breaches of GDPR, and the year isn't even over yet.
The key to avoiding contributing to this figure are the risk assessments that must be completed when processing sensitive personal information.
These assessments are the first step in GDPR compliance. But as anyone who's any experience knows, they have a number of issues. First, if things go wrong, it's pretty severe. Civil litigation, fines, brand and reputational damage, it's all on the line. They often involve multiple stakeholders and take a significant amount of time to complete, from weeks to months, and in some cases even years. Finally, every year regulation is tightening and cyber threats are increasing. That means that the importance of these assessments to protect both the consumer and the organisation is constantly growing.
We don't believe it has to be this way. Using our tools, companies can A, reduce the risk of reliability by ensuring that our processes are compliant from the very beginning. B, protect our brand and our reputation by making it easier to demonstrate compliance when required. And C, saving time for everyone by using a system that is easier and faster to use than spreadsheets and is built with the end user at its core.
At the end of the day, our mission is to improve data privacy for everyone.
By helping organizations to improve their data protection and privacy processes, we help improve the protection and privacy of our data as consumers.
At the end of the day, everybody wins. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Owen and Daniel, gentlemen, thank you very much indeed. And I'm not putting any pressure on anyone else, but that was bang on 90 seconds. So if it's being awarded on timing, you had it 100%. Our next live pitch, would you please welcome to the stage the founder of Teletherapy. I'm presuming I'm going to get that wrong, Claire. You're going to correct me. Teletherapy? The other way. Okay. You're going to say it out loud in a minute because you're more professional than I am. Will you please welcome to the stage Claire Meskin, ladies and gentlemen.
Catherine's voice had begun to deteriorate because of her Parkinson's disease. 3 weeks into using our app, she reported she could now sing nursery rhymes with her grandchildren and hum along to the radio. Similarly, James reported his voice was much louder and he could speak across the dinner table and engage in group conversation with family and friends. 90% of the 10 million people living with Parkinson's disease will experience difficulty with their voice, meaning they can lose the ability to communicate. However, voice therapy can help them maintain their voices for up to an additional 2 years, meaning we can save 18 million years of communication. Unfortunately, the problem is voice therapy is difficult to access because of long public waitlists and high private costs. My name is Claire. I'm a speech and language therapist, and I founded Teletherapy to solve this problem. Our app-based service allows patients to receive their therapy from home, meaning they get the treatment they deserve, with branches of the Irish Parkinson's Association already paying for its members to use our service. Parkinson's disease is a global problem, and the medtech industry is constantly growing. I believe we all deserve to communicate, to sing nursery rhymes with grandchildren, to speak on the phone, hum along to the radio, and to speak with family and friends over a dinner. So join us in raising our seed round to help make Parkinson's patients receive this therapy worldwide. Thank you.
Claire Mescal, ladies and gentlemen, Teletherapy. Well done, Claire. That was a really, really strong pitch. Thank you so much for that. Folks, it's good, isn't it? It's good to be back. It's good to be back in the room, to be actually experiencing this in real life. Okay, we have a third pitch this evening now. And again, the timing has been very good, lads. No real pressure on you here. Will you please welcome founders of a brilliant company that I interviewed recently as part of the Red Business podcast. Will you please welcome Michael Sikora and Daniel O'Mahony of Da Silly Heads.
Hopefully the clock doesn't start. And we're not Ireland's newest boy band, in case you're just... Okay, they're behaving themselves. Good, yeah. Are you aware that over 870,000 people in the Republic of Ireland are recorded as having a mental health condition? This leaves Ireland ranking 3rd out of 36 European countries on the prevalence of mental health issues.
Surely, these people, their friends and families need to be supported, or at least know how to communicate their support to their loved ones while they wait for the professional intervention. And we are confident that we can help them in a truly unique and impactful way. I'm Mike, and this is my business partner, Dan. Together, we co-founded Da Silly Heads, a forward-thinking social enterprise with the promotion of visual mental health advocacy at its core.
Our service is centered around a set of cartoon characters, each depicting a mental health condition, and these help us express our own and externalize our own mental health journey. But they also help us educate our workshop participants on just how visual mental health advocacy can actually save a life.
An integral part of our workshops are our very popular advocacy packs given to the participants in order to showcase what they stand for. Now, this includes our flagship product, aptly named Da Silly Bubble Hat. The hat sports some quirky conversation-starting attributes, such as detachable bubble, heads up.
Congratulations. I think we've got some praise for this man at the end.
But more importantly, and advocacy messages, like this one at the back, reading stigma-free head. Going forward, we intend to invest more in our digital aids and with the help of mental health professionals, deliver the most engaging mental health program for primary and secondary schools nationwide.
Currently, we are making huge positive impact across the academic and corporate sectors. We are working with institutions such as Janssen, Clearstream, MTU and GMIT. We have positively impacted over 1,000 participants on our workshop and a further 3,000 people by becoming proud owners of our products. But what impact? Clara, 22, a third-level student, was thinking of dropping out. She saw our workshop and decided to remain, and recently just finished her final exams.
Or Brian, 27, an employee who decided to undertake therapy.
And Jessica, 15, a secondary school student, was identified early as a case of self-harming and is getting the professional help that she needs. So today we are asking you, we need to replicate this impact on a mass scale. So the question we have is, are you ready to join us in putting a face on mental health?
Thank you so much.
Michael and Daniel, ladies and gentlemen, and a cast of thousands. I have to say, they almost fit with the Fatty Burke actually behind. Not wishing to insult anybody, but it's nice to see lovely, colourful things. Leave the lads, they're fine. They're having a grand old time up here. Okay, those are the three pitches. Thank you to everybody who put time and effort in. It is not hard. It's not easy to stand up. Sorry. It's been a while since I've done it, leave me alone. It's not easy to stand up here. So look, let's give them all another huge round of applause. Well done. Congratulations to them for even getting to this stage, because it's the kind of thing that it's hard to set up a business, it's hard to go and get support, it's hard to ask for money, but these are the things you have to do. And it does pay off, because there's three brilliant ideas that we've just heard about there. Now, the thing is, it's actually easy enough for me, because I just have to stand here and watch it like all the good people who are here. But we have a judging panel, and we have to reference them again. We have the chair of the judging panel, Mr. Brendan O'Sullivan of Bank of Ireland, who is with us here. We have Tanya Mulcahy, the interim director, Health Innovation Hub Ireland, and Aidan O'Driscoll, director of Iris Investments as well. And the judging panel are going to have a little think about the pitches right now. So they're going to make their excuses and leave. It's a thing that happens from time to time. Off they go to have a think about the best pitch and who is going to win that particular award this evening. And again, it is, I understand from speaking to the judging panel, very tight between the companies for the awards that we have this evening, which are the Best Business Award, the overall Ignite Bank of Ireland Best Business Award, the Best Business Plan Award, and the Best Pitch Award, that are all over there, ready to go for our winners this evening. But as I mentioned earlier on, ladies and gentlemen, this is a particularly special year because Ignite is 10 years old. We've no cake, because that's probably against the COVID rules as well. But what we do have is a lovely video highlighting the great work that has been carried out by Ignite at UCC.
There was a lot of unemployment in the country at the time after that 2008 crash. Graduates were now coming out from the college and no job offers. So immigration was kind of rife again. Out of that then the concept of a graduate entrepreneurial program kind of grew.
So UCC played a huge part in the early stages of the business. It started out as my final year project in BIS, and through working with Dave Salmon then I entered a students' union competition. I won first prize, which was $3,000, and was sponsored by the university president at the time, Michael Murphy. And from there on, I entered the Ignite program. Ignite then helped develop the business. It opened up a network of contacts, and then in the 6-month review, it was in that I actually got an introduction to our main investor to this day.
When we started Ignite UCC, our idea completely changed from the original idea we came in with. So we pivoted, reason being that Ignite was fantastic for us to be able to have the time to develop our idea and do a lot of market research.
And one of the main, I suppose, benefits for the startup founders is that they have the opportunity to learn from each other. They're all going through the same paths, they share knowledge, skills, and most importantly, they build strong friendships with each other, and that becomes an integral part of Ignite's community.
Certainly when I came into Ignite, I just had that drive to actually understand the business process, put something in place, and I set aside everything I knew before I came to Ignite, and I said I'm just going to trust in the process, trust in Eamon and Michelle, and that they'll guide me. And I think certainly, you know, the proof is in the pudding, and they've done that.
The mentors and advisors that I met on the Ignite programme have really given me clear guidance and advice, and this was particularly useful on exiting the Ignite programme as it laid out a clear pathway of my business and has led to the development of what Pitseal is today.
Apis Protect is having an impact on a global scale, helping beekeepers to become more productive across 3 continents. And honeybees are fundamentally important in providing pollination for up to a third of the food that we eat every day.
The network is probably the strength of the Ignite programme. It's the participants on the programme, the advisors, the mentors and introductions that they've made over the years. Even our most recent startup, Quega.com, which started 6 months ago, was through a connection through Ignite. They had a co-founder who I had not met beforehand, is now founder of the business, and we also brought in a CTO, which again was through Ignite program. So that's what you learn in the Ignite program, is ask for introductions, make the connections, and use the business and network to support the business.
On Ignite, I went from idea to actually having a physical product and having users, and that was really the kind of launch pad from there. So in terms of job creation, it's been a mad journey. You know, I started off just on my own. We now have 27 staff in Ireland, and we've just opened up a hub in Croatia as well, so we're hiring 8 more people out there.
Ignite and the Ignite networks helped me to prepare an investor-ready business proposition, which I used to help secure over €3 million in funding over the last 4 years.
We wanted to create an entrepreneurial spirit and culture in UCC from day one, and that's exactly what we've done. It's open to all, it's open to graduates of any discipline from any college to come in here and to enable them to be successful.
Looking forward, we will continue to develop the programme. We continue to ensure that the programme offers the knowledge, the skills and the attitude at the stage that people need it in the development of their business, which are all important in terms of advice and guidance, but also to increase the level of small seed funds that we can offer the startups and the founders that we work with so that they can test their ideas, and to work more closely with the undergraduate and postgraduate students here to encourage more of them to come forward with ideas, to develop those ideas, to iterate them, to validate them, and then to go on to commercialise them with the support of Ignite.
Well done. Well done to Eamon and Michelle and everybody else who's been involved over the years. A 10-year overnight success, I think we can call it. But the point is, it has genuinely made impacts in millions of lives. I've interviewed Fiona many times of Apis Protect, and I love the journey. I love the start here with Ignite that has grown on, and she keeps telling me about all sorts of crazy things that they're monitoring bees doing in farms, and there was the interview involved bears and everything. It went mad. I don't know what went on, but the point is that it is a global company that started right here. And as I said, there's another one out there. Of the 11 videos we've just seen, how many of them are going to begin getting a global footprint? How many of them are going to grow? The point is that the hope, the opportunity, the availability of the future comes through programs like this, which is why we are here to celebrate it tonight. So that's it for me. I've done my bit. Out into the rain with me once more because, well, actually, I can't see the judges. Here's an awkward moment. The judges aren't back yet. So let's, I can do a song, but I am 20 months out of practice, which is the challenge. Let's see if we can get it. I told you it was tough. John, do you know any songs? No. John Cryan, I believe you're a great man on the fiddle. It's been known to happen from time to time that we have that. We have the judge. Brendan, you were leaving me hanging there for a second. The people watching the video afterwards will wonder what happened. But we have got. This is the bit in the Eurovision Song Contest where they go to your man Jan Olesund and so, Mr. Olesund, do we have a decision? We do. Very good. A round of applause for the judges, ladies and gentlemen. Which brings me to the point at which I hand over for the official part of this evening, the announcement of the winners. Would you please welcome from Bank of Ireland the chair of the adjudication panel, Mr. Brendan O'Sullivan, ladies and gentlemen. Brendan, over to you.
Thank you, Jonathan. And good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My role this evening
is to announce the award winners. But before I do that, I would just like to say a few words on behalf of Bank of Ireland. Bank of Ireland has a long association with Ignite, and we are very proud of that association. Ignite is a fantastic programme that helps to support entrepreneurs in achieving their goals, and we are very much looking forward to maintaining our deep association with the programme in the years to come. So, as I said, my role this evening is to announce the award winners. So I'm not going to delay any further in doing that. So I will start by announcing the winner for the Best Business Pitch. And this award will be presented by the Mayor of County of Cork, Gillian Coughlin. And the winner of the Best Business Pitch, in the opinion of the judging panel, is Claire Meskel of Telecom. So the next award for the evening, folks, is for the Best Business Plan, and this award is to be presented by the Deputy Mayor, Lorna Biog, deputising for the Lord Mayor this evening. So I'm delighted to announce the winner of the Best Business Plan is Owen Buckley and Daniel Keane Kelly of Refracted. And finally, folks, the last of tonight's awards, which is for the Best Business Award, which I have the honour of presenting. And the winner in this category for the Best Business, again in the opinion of the judging panel, is Owen Buckley and Daniel Keane Kelly of Refracted. Thank you, folks. I'll hand back over to Jonathan.
Brilliant, thank you. Brendan, thank you very much indeed. Folks, to close out proceedings here this evening, will you please welcome a man whose name has been mentioned many times this evening. He has the unenviable task of stewarding, mentoring, helping and bringing people through the programme and doing a very good job at it as well. Will you please welcome from the Ignite programme, Mr. Eamon Curtin.
Thanks a million, Jonathan, and thanks to everybody for coming out this evening. It really is, I won't say emotional, but I definitely 2 years ago when we had this event and I said we look forward to seeing you all back here next April. And April became October and October became April, so it's great to see everyone back here. Guys, just by way of wrapping up, my role here is really just to say a bunch of thankses. So on behalf of Michelle Dorgan, the Programme Manager, and myself, just to say thanks first of all to our speakers, to President John O'Halloran, to Vice President John Cryan. And I think it's fair to say together with Dr. Sally Cudmore, our new Interim Director of UCC Innovation, they've brought a renewed energy and enthusiasm for the role of entrepreneurship and innovation across campus, and indeed entrepreneurship and innovation as a catalyst for economic development and social development and environmental development within the region. So folks, just to say thanks Amelia, there's a real surge. If surge isn't too inappropriate a word to use right now, but there's a real surge I feel coming across. Just and they've been mentioned quite a number of times, but to say to Dick Lahan and the Ignite Advisory Board, thanks for experience, dedication and passion to what we're trying to achieve with Ignite. It's a meeting on a monthly basis and a commitment to that, but it's all little side effects, the offers to support, to engage, to mentor, to advise, all kinds of stuff that goes on, which is hugely valuable. And I suppose extending that then to recognise we have a team of mentors, workshop facilitators, trainers, guest speakers, adjudication panel members, review panel members, selection panel members, and no exaggeration to say that every year we've got about 100 individuals, business owners, entrepreneurs, industry executives who contribute to the programme one way or another. And increasingly, and it's great to see lots of you guys here this evening, this includes Ignite alumni. It includes people that have been through the programme, some of them you've seen on the video, who are now coming back in as guest speakers and offering to mentor. And it's fantastic now to see that the programme is almost regenerating itself. So thanks a million to all of you guys. A very special thanks, and again, being mentioned, Brendan O'Sullivan, representing Bank of Ireland, to Dr. Tanya Mulcahy, Interim Director of the Health Innovation Hub, and to Aidan O'Driscoll, Director of Iris Investments, for reviewing the business plans, first of all. That's a job of work and a commitment to time, listening to the presentations yesterday, and then listening to the pitches here this evening and determining the award winners from that. So folks, thanks a million. And it's a bit like being on a jury. We won't ask you to be involved again for at least a number of years. So thanks a million. We recognise again the valuable support of Cork City Council, Cork County Council, the 3 local enterprise offices of Cork City, South Cork and North and West Cork, and indeed Bank of Ireland, who will be mentioned. And I suppose those who have supported us over the last 12 months, again, including Kerry Ingredients and KPMG and RDJ and others that have contributed in some small ways. So thanks for that. Thanks to the guys who contributed to the startup founders. The founders who contributed to our 10 years, Ignite 10 Years of Impact video. Some of you know that you weren't there because we weren't able to include everybody. We will use that content. We got lots of great content a couple of weeks ago. People's reflections on the programme and the role that it played in developing their businesses. And you'll see that content. We'll use it in social media in the weeks ahead. So guys, it won't go to waste, and thanks a million for your commitment on delivering that. I think it's fair to say that the seeds we've planted over the last 10 years will continue to grow. The Ignite startups will continue to develop new products and new services, and that will impact people's lives positively. Those businesses and those products and services will sustain more employment, so that will continue to grow. The entrepreneurs that we've worked with, some of them will go on to start new businesses, or some of them will contribute to innovation in existing businesses. So all of that is growth. That's all contributing to what's going on in economic development. But, and some of you have heard me say this before, we're only scratching the surface here, the surface. We've got about 35,000 students in Cork between MTU and UCC. And my reckoning is that means there's about 10,000 students that are graduating every year, completing a bachelor's degree, a master's or a PhD degree. So where are the rest of them? And what are we doing to help them come forward, to take their ideas, to be innovative, to be creative, to have impact, economic impact, commercial impact, environmental impact and social impact. So we look forward to the next 10 years where we'll work even harder to support undergraduate and postgraduate students and recent graduates from any third level institution to develop new startup ideas, to inspire people to develop ideas, to help them come forward with those ideas, to iterate those ideas, to validate those ideas, to commercialise it and to grow. Inspire, ideate, iterate, validate, commercialise, grow. That's the pathway that we want to help people to follow. And we will do that. We invite organisations and individuals interested in working with innovative and entrepreneurial students and graduates, interested in startups and job creation, in product innovation and investment opportunities, and more broadly interested in making a sustainable economic, environmental and societal impact through enterprise, to support us with financial and non-financial support so we can do that even more. We invite recent graduates interested in launching those startups to contact us now about joining Ignite in January, where we'll take on a fresh intake to follow the guys that started with us in October. We've got lots of wonderful plans for how we're going to iterate the programme in the years ahead, and how we will continue to evolve and develop the programme so that it meets the needs of the startup founders as and when they need to have those needs met. A last word for the Ignite participants, for the guys that you saw present here, for the guys that you saw in the videos. The startup journey, guys, you well know, is full of highs and lows. The journeys you've travelled over the last 12 months have been particularly so. It's been difficult for everyone in terms of COVID. That makes the highs higher when you have success, and the lows more difficult sometimes because there's more isolation. I've no doubt that what you've learned will stand to you in business and in life. So well done, but I've no doubt also that you'll keep developing those ideas. And from myself and Michelle's, I speak on behalf of Michelle, but thanks for the opportunity to work with you all, genuinely. I'd like to thank you all for turning out this evening. We look forward, I really feel so good about saying this, to seeing you at an Ignite event again soon. Yes. we will invite you to stick around and have some small bit of discussion, but be mindful of doing that appropriately to the time. I would say that folks that are on Ignite, folks that have been through the Ignite programme, are readily identifiable by red tags. Do have a chat with them. If you're from business, you're from industry, you've set up your own business, you're looking to make an investment, do stop them, because they're shy. Ask them what they're working on. Ask them what you can do to help. And guys with the red tags, don't be so shy if there is an opportunity to have a chat with someone on the way out. I would just suggest some of you maybe might start to move down the stairs and some of you might hang back, just so that not everyone is rushing down the stairs at the same time, and we'll roll things up as efficiently as we've kicked things off. So that's it for me, folks. Once again, genuine thanks a million for being here. Good night and safe home to you all. Thank you.